Well, hello there, folks. Today we're going to be playing a fascinating new game from the creator of Stalingrad, as a matter of fact. And this game is called Rise of the White Sun. It focuses on a period in history that I think few other, if any, other games really focus on, which is the Chinese Warlord period. I guess you could call it the Chinese Civil War, but I really think the Chinese Civil War was at a somewhat later date. But we're going to jump in and have some fun today. And, like, this game is not just about warfare. I mean, it's hugely political. It really is. You essentially need to keep your provinces happy. You need to keep your soldiers happy. And that means if you don't pay them, you're going to have some serious problems, of course. One thing I do want to do, I want to go ahead and share this with our viewers on Discord. If you guys have not joined the Discord yet, make sure to join it. And hello, Bullet. Channel mascot Bullet in there in the back, of course. He's upset at something outside. Let's jump in. So there are several different scenarios we can go for, but we are going to stick with the first one, which is going to be the fight for Guangxi. Lu Rongting is governing the province in the name of the Beijing government, but his rule is no longer accepted. Local warlords and a new Guangxi clique are rising to challenge his power. And some of these local warlords are quite strong, like, for instance, the old Guangxi clique. The new Guangxi clique, however, is kind of the voice of the Republic, trying to bring somewhat of a democracy to China. And down here, we have got Shen Hongying. He joined forces with the new Guangxi clique, so he's also fighting with the Republic against the old Guangxi clique. Now, I think I'm actually going to jump in as the new. I want to really, start the revolution here. Now, if you are interested in the Red Revolution, this game also has that. So you can play as the CCP and try and, of course, win that way. There's any number of different ways to play the game. So, of course, Li Rongting, the current governor, he's not respected. This, of course, leads to some serious problems in old Guangxi. And really, this is just a battle for the province of Guangxi. Of course, China is much larger than just this, but we need to get started somewhere. Now, these are our home provinces. You can see Yulin is definitely ours, but we don't control much. We really control this tiny area over here. And I'm looking over at Heizhou, and I see bandits. So the first thing we want to do is send some units over there to Heizhou. The real attack began after a long and deadly shelling that spread panic in the defenders' ranks. The attackers led an inspiring charge against outgunned defenders. Surrounded on all sides by the enemy, the defenders could not find a way to retreat. And we did defeat the defending army. That's exactly what we were going for. Now, we don't just instantly get to take over this province. It's going to actually take some time. We've got to establish control over the area. So if I go here to inspect, I should be able to do order and peacekeeping and reclaim the district. Community leaders and the local civil servants have gathered, at least those who did not flee, and put back to work under your supervision. Your men immediately start to escort the tax collectors. Hey, your protection has a cost. So this is fantastic. We actually got some influence from that because we end up defending the people, of course. But let's see what else we could do here. So we could recruit coolies. From my understanding, coolies are sort of like porters, workers, people that are going to carry your ammunition, your supplies, that sort of stuff. So let's add a few more. We're going to recruit 3,620. Well, actually, this is going to decrease our respect for the local peasantry. Let's wait for now. Let's just wait for now. Logistic and organization. Yeah, I'm going to stay away from that. I'm actually going to head back to our home province and start working there. Or we could start attacking this faction over here with our armies. Although I think it's going to be quite dangerous. Make sure they're not allied with us. Nope, they are not. Actually? No, they are not. Our allies are up here in the north, Gulin. So we could attack Laibin. This is going to be dangerous, but let's make it happen. All right, battle reports. 577 coolies lost, I believe. This can get pretty serious. I'm going to send in my second army as well. So I'm going to send my second army to Luzhu. Oh, we won't move. We might not have enough moves left. Let me switch over here to Bang, and I think he will be able to move. No, can't issue orders with him. Fair enough. Let's see if we have any more points to use here in our actual settlement. And we're going to go for education and society. Now, there are different classes we have to ingratiate ourselves with in this game. Peasants, workers, gentry, merchants, and students. Right now, the gentry really like us, but the peasants hate us. So I want to try... Good way to increase the gentry and student influence while raising the tradition score and this will decrease communist influence. So actually the gentry and the students quite like us. Primary schooling will decrease tradition when completed, will diminish your influence over the gentry. And that's, of course, because we will be teaching the peasants. And village deliberative assemblies will increase influence among the gentry, will increase slightly vitality and lower corruption level. Let's do deliberative assemblies. A good government should make good use of its citizens under the control of magistrates. Deliberative village assemblies would elect their village chief and contribute to a form of local self-government. Of course, we will ensure that the elected village chiefs are good men who suit us, and we won't delegate these assemblies any real form of power. Interesting. So it also unlocks some new policies. Let's take a look at the economy and travel. Teaching modern agriculture seems to be extremely useful, and we can actually also promote opium cultivation. We'll lose face points, so we'll lose respect, but it's going to increase our income substantially. I'm not sure if I want to do it. I think I'd rather teach modern agriculture. Let's not jump into that yet. The peasants practice agriculture as they learned it from their parents, who themselves learned it from their parents, and so on until the era of the Yellow Emperor. Suffice to say that these techniques, which may be sufficient to feed a household or avoid starvation, are far from reliably producing abundant crops. Training farmers in modern agricultural techniques from Western Japan is a necessary prerequisite for the development of our crops. Let's found an agricultural college to welcome the best elements, and develop secondary schools focusing on agricultural practices to give basic, specialized education to all peasants. Over time, production will be more rational and should increase sharply. Nice. All right, so it is going to take a while for this to actually complete building, but it's a nice start, and I do believe we might still have some moves here. Hold on. Economy and travel, and let's get a road going. This also unlocks telegraph and rails. Hey, Aliwadi, how you doing, man? So let's get that. Not only do we need more roads, but we need roads crossable for motorized vehicles. Roads will allow the grain to reach the district during drought, armies to move faster, and industry to develop. So we can actually save money and just kind of build shoddy roads or build to last. I'm gonna start with just, you know, getting a shitty road. The gentry are going to be a little upset, but that's all right. From Rome, indeed. Order and security. Let's organize peasant militias. It's always good to have some peasants in case bandits start roaming around. What you ask us is a real burden. The peasants are absorbed by their agricultural duties. Oh, interesting. They don't want to give the peasants guns. They not only need to feed the city, but their families too. You want us to help fight the ferocious bands that are sacking our hamlets and villages? We'll need more than words. What will the government do for us? The men will receive pay for their blood. So in case they do kill peasants, we'll give them 10. And beautiful. The militia will not appear as a unit on the map unless you ask it to participate actively. It will rather passively lower the effects of banditry. Very cool. I like that. So we are actually encouraging the creation of militias, and we are going to end the turn. Let's hope that our boys did a decent attack here in Leibin. Yeah, it's an interesting looking game, and the creator, if you guys see that Stalingrad game on my channel, he's also he's also created that game. So evidently we had a battle here in Leibin. We're still there, of course, but our allies are assisting us. What I don't like is the enemy is attacking us at Yulin, which of course is a problem. I might take these units out of Heju, move back to Voju. Okay, we can't move this turn. Let's see what we can do. So we might be able to reclaim the district. Yes, the area is under our control, and we actually got a bonus to class influence here. They are happy to see us. Now, we could equip some of these weapons. Click to transfer arms from your faction stockpiles to this unit. I think we're going to have to. Let's see. We've got about 2,000 rifles in stock. Only 100 in stock. Nah. They've got enough. Recruit and train. Handpick trusted men. Gain supporters. The more loyal the troop and the more charismatic, the more supporters gain. So I'm thinking in this situation, since we're taking over an enemy province, we have to do this. So let's handpick some trusted men. And we got 4 supporters, which is nice within this province. These are like sort of province governors, so they're going to be of value. But I don't like that the enemy's still in our area. Now, of course, this is currently under our control. What I'm going to do is send this guy back here to hopefully take on that enemy army marauding in our territory. The commander explains that most of the army's on the move, but you have no clear report on the exact position of the units. You quickly start suspecting that the army is still in its barracks. Wow, what kind of gullible men are you taken for? The reports from this army are vague enough to be suspicious. Fires on the horizon indicate that the troops may be too busy looting to move to their destination. Maybe you should see by yourself what's really going on there. We might need to send in somebody to inspect this army. Can you get foreign support? I don't believe you can. You can only get factional support. Yeah, I've never heard of this game. I really like the developer. He's a really cool guy, but I think he needs to come up with a better title because, frankly, I think anybody reading that title isn't going to know what to think. All right, so as you can see, this is the progress, guys. We don't immediately organize the militias or build the road. It does take time, so we're going to wait a bit. I'll actually show you the diplomacy screen. So this is the diplomacy screen, and of course, the Peking government and the Guangzhou government. Also just information on our allies, things like that. Okay, let's attack. The real attack began after a brief but intense shelling. The attackers are crushed under a deluge of shells and the losses are appalling. Damn it. So they actually earned 10 face for our attack there. They are prepared. That's for sure. We're in security. Let's get a gun repair shop. It's again going to take time to build, but once we get it, we can arm our men, and we can even organize or arm the peasant militias pretty easily. I'm also going to take this unit and move into Wuzhou, but we've got to get one of these guys into Yulin. Here we go. Wish them luck. And again, they stopped us, man. Unbelievable here for the battle reports at Yulin. Absolutely crushing us. Now, here we actually managed to deal a devastating blow to them. They lost almost all of their army. So I'm hoping they don't have enough men to continue to carry out the attack. Let's put it that way. While we're here in Libin, we might be able to still do something with this fellow here. You know what? It's time to get that phone and telegraph. This will actually increase influence over all the classes. The phone and telegraph will enable us to communicate easily with local magistrates and officials for better control of the province. Of course, wiretapping is still an option. Fast communications will also help prevent revolts and respond quickly to bandit threats. Beautiful. All right. And you know what? I'm also going to promote opium cultivation. I know it's going to affect my space, but I want to try and increase our profits. You force local peasants to cultivate opium. They would not complain if that injunction was not accompanied by heavy new taxes. Your fiscal creativity is unmatched. You even establish a laziness tax to tax those who refuse to grow opium. So all characters in my faction lose 25% face. We made $100, but it probably wasn't worth it. We are learning, however, little by little what's right and wrong in this game. Let's end that turn. I sure am. I believe we are playing as the Guangzhou government. I think they're called the Peking government. And yeah, they are... What's their name? I think it's the one you mentioned. Okay, it looks like they have taken Yulin, unfortunately. None of the unexpected violent fighting occurred. Of course, some guns have been shot, and some limited probing assaults were conducted, but most of the action consisted in sending emissaries, cordial discussions, and even some occasions common banquets. After this careful examination of the defending troops, the attacking force commander decided he had no chance of winning. Shit. We gotta get over there with a larger army, probably that 1,000 right there. but we can't issue orders with this unit. They may have been paid off. Let's see. No, they're good. Let's hope that they could take back Yulin. All right, so we are taking back Yulin, but they still have an army right there. I'm going to attack that army. Damn! How are they managing to crush us so many damn times? Just smashing us here. Let's focus on order and security here if we can. Get a road going. And again, we are going to build a pretty cheap road here. Eventually, we'll upgrade it. Right now, I just want to keep things pretty inexpensive. The new Guangxi Click strengths. The faction you were playing has some real strengths or very few weaknesses. All your characters are very able, and your army can be organized on the nationalist model. Interesting. So it actually looks like my allies liberated this area. Unfortunately, I don't get to control it. However, we might be able to go ahead and reclaim the district. And wonderful. Community leaders met with us. It looks like it is back under our control. And let's pay our troops because a lot of them have actually been losing loyalty. And let's go ahead and pay them salaries each week. We'll make a more professional army so that they're always getting money in. I'll also get some more coolies. I can't get them right now. I believe. Oh, wait. Could get additional rifles. What I'd love to do is create a new army. That's not an option. Let's get the village deliberative assemblies. Again, it's a good way to get some respect from the villagers. And for order and security, actually, I don't want to do order and security. I want to focus entirely on army building, logistic and organization. Let's recruit some coolies. We're going to recruit some soldiers as well. And let's promote an officer. Again, we have no weapon stock, so can't do much with that. And look at that, 3,000. So again, I can't attack this area because currently my allies have taken it, which is kind of an odd situation that they've taken it and put their flag over it, but nothing I can really do about that. However, the enemy is still in Heiju, if you could see that, so I'm going to try... Okay, he's not moving. I was going to try to get him out of here and put him into a better place. But actually now I'm almost tempted to go straight for Luzhu. All right. Killed quite a few coolies. There's nothing we should do here because they'll likely take it next turn and end the turn. Once again, our ally coming in to help us out a bit, which is very, very useful. Another part of this game that I do want to show you guys. First, I want to get in there and attack the enemy. Oh, we've got some bandits. Let's hit Yulin first. The real attack began after a long... The attackers led an inspiring charge against outgunned defenders. The action developed in a bloody melee. The defenders proved to be very determined and remained in control of the field against bandits. Amazing. It's amazing. The bandits actually held out against our men there. That is surprising, to say the least. But to give you guys an idea of how much larger this game is, so I'm just going to back out a second here. How do we back out? Just to show you guys like how large the actual game is, how many other things there are to do. And this is just a demo at the moment. I do, however, have access to a bunch of campaigns that likely other people with the demo will not have. The Shanghai Uprising, which of course we have the communists, as you could see. The Yunnan Guangxi War, which I think is the one you guys were referring to. And we've got the Guangxu Revolutionary Base. This is really from the bottom to the top, like every single one of the Warlord factions, including the CCP. But I'll show you guys, like when you play as the CCP, it is not easy. It's ridiculously complicated. I don't know how they did it. But here we go. You actually have an intro for the CCP faction, and you do get, like, sort of these story intros for some of the factions, not all of them. But I like this. And you can see here, the map's going to look a little bit different. You see that? We can get real up close and personal, too, into the city of Zhaoqing itself. But we don't have nearly as much support. And in this situation, the British and the Portuguese are on the map and do play a role in the campaign, which is pretty cool. Unfortunately, I don't think you can play as the UK or the Portuguese, but it would be pretty interesting if you could. So the way the maps work, the best way I could explain it is, and I do believe the developer is going to add additional maps, maybe even allow you to play as all of China. But as you can see, it's really focusing on provinces mostly. So one of the wars occurs entirely in one province. This particular war occurs in 4, but there's still a lot of land to cover. And again, I do think that the dev will eventually add an entire map of China with every single faction, but it would be quite a daunting task. Anyway, guys, I want to thank everybody for stopping by this stream. Please, as always, make sure to like and comment down below. It really does help, and I hope you take a look at Rise of the White Sun. It's a fun one. Take care, guys. Oh, by the way, if you like watching Red Dead RP, I'm going to be doing some of that over on Twitch very soon here. Take care.